So today we're on day 2 of the flooring project that I've been working on, and my friend Will brought over his mystery tool, and I'll show it to you. He brought over a Bosch Multi-X oscillating tool kit, and what it does, it comes with various attachments. You have it vibrates at an adjustable frequency, and it's got a little grinding edge, and you can grind through underneath the existing tiles, and you may have to go through a couple of these. I don't know, I just got started. And the whole object is to get between the grooves and underneath this tile. We're going to grind deep enough to get our little task force pry bar underneath and pry it up, and hopefully we won't break the slate, we won't damage the floor much underneath, but so we're going to get started here. And you also want to make sure that you have a vacuum cleaner handy, because it gets kind of dusty, and you'll see the dust will just float around in the air. It's really fine, and I can't stress enough how much you're going to require hearing protection and eye protection. Again, we all know where to find those at our local hardware store. So I'm going to show you how to use this tool briefly. Obviously you've seen me that I've pulled one out already. So I just want to briefly demonstrate how it works, and then I'll remove these and I'll see you on the next round. Okay, again, make sure you have eye protection in your plugs in. It can get noisy, and you don't want that grit to get in your eyes. It's painful, and it's also hot when it flies out of here. Grinder just goes right underneath the edge. And just like that. Okay. Now these also have an adjustable speed on them. The higher the speed, the higher the frequency, maybe it will cut faster. We're going to try it at a higher rate of speed. Now we're going to cut between the tiles. Get some of this ground out. We've made a little bit of progress here. You can see I've removed 4 of the existing tiles. Unfortunately, some of these tiles don't want to come up. You'll need to take your old pry bar and a hammer and just beat under it, and this one's kind of crumbling. Unfortunately, slate is fragile, and sometimes you're going to have some casualties. Just some collateral damage, unfortunately. Okay, sometimes you have to pound under it. Well, actually, the best way to do it is just pound under it and just put, there. Just a little bit of pressure sometimes is required, but as you can see, sometimes just a little bit of pressure just isn't enough. It requires breaking them to get them out of there. But in that case, that one came out whole, so we can reuse that one. So now you will notice that we've pried up all those partial slate tiles. That Bosch Multi-X tool came in really handy. It doesn't actually cut, it vibrates at a really high frequency. And, well, as my luck would have it, the Bosch MX30E Multi-X does come with an attachment when it's vibrated flat against that surface, it's just going to grind that down. So we're going to try that and see how that works after we try to scrape up what we can with just our pry bar. You'll notice that after about 20 minutes of grinding using this attachment for this mystery tool, as I called it yesterday, but now we know it as the Bosch MX30E Multi-X, we were able to get the surface ground down in a significant portion. We still have a little bit more to go. You can notice it, and that way too a little bit. But this has only taken me about 15 minutes, so it doesn't take all that long. You could probably use a belt sander to go quicker, but I kind of like the fact that I can actually see. I think if you use a belt sander, you're not going to see where the hardy backer begins. This, you can notice even the original pattern underneath the tiles. That's what I want, because I want to make sure that these things will set up high enough, or set low enough to match up with the next tile over. Because you don't want this to be higher. You want it to match completely up with the edge. One thing I would recommend at this point, I didn't think about it when I started this job, but a ventilation mask, something you can cover your mouth and nose with, because it is dusty. I don't think there's any asbestos in this, but it's certainly not doing my lungs any good. Don't forget to watch our other videos, subscribe to our channel, and go to our website, www.helloanna.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You should find some links below.